Health IQ Podcast. Detox at a cellular level. Everything you need to know about PEMF.
Today on Health IQ, we will be talking about a treatment called PEMF. Joining me at the table today is Amber Rogers. She is a PEMF practitioner. Our crew today is Joyce Runyon and Bobby Hockaday, and I am Brenda Bishop. And I think we'll just start by you, Amber. Well, first, say thank you for coming.
But thank you for having me.
Tell us what PEMF is, because I've never heard of this.
Yes. So for anyone who's new to PEMF, PEMF stands for Pulsed Electromagnetic Field Therapy. I know that sounds like a super scientific, but it's actually pretty simple. PEMF uses gentle electromagnetic waves to interact with the body's natural electrical cellular level. And that what's the really cool part about it is it used for both humans and animals, basically anything that needs a little wellness support.
So it's just sending pulses through your body?
Yes. And so how that kind of works is your cells, they are electromagnetic. So the theory behind PEMF is as you go through life, you diminish, your cells do, and that's when we get kind of like soreness or sicknesses, is when our electromagnetic field in our body is decompleted. So it takes say your cell is like a grape, right? Mm-hmm. So as a grape loses its moisture, it kind of turns into a raisin. So the cells are very much the same thing. So what the PEMF does is it goes in and it rejuvenates the cell by detoxifying it, and it kind of rejuvenates and plumps it up. So then the theory is if you are able to rejuvenate your cells, then your body can optimate on a higher function and in turn kind of help heal itself.
Okay. And so do you have to have any, because you're talking about like basically ions and things like that, mm-hmm. Is there a certain nutrition you have to take, like, or drink you have to have before you do this? Or?
So yes, it is very important because you're detoxifying the cells. Mm-hmm. So hydration is very important to kind of help flush what we take off in the cells shed, so that we can flush your system faster. So yeah, hydration is very important.
But is it just water, or do you have to have?
You can do water or electrolytes. I like to supplement with electrolytes. Kind of give your body back some minerals and stuff in it too.
That's what I was wondering is about the electrolytes, because, that's all part of that whole electromagnetic system there.
Yes.
So how did you get started in PEMF?
How I got started in PEMF was it's kind of a journey for me. I got some serious health issues. So once those health issues, we kind of started taking care of them. It led me down to a path to realize that maybe there's more things than just, just medicine that can help you heal. So that kind of led me down a path of nutrition and finding out what can help our bodies heal itself better. Because I do believe that God created our bodies to heal itself, as long as we can kind of step in and give your body what you need to. So that was with nutrition. And then the more I researched, I found PEMF, which the fun thing about PEMF is it's found in the world and naturally occurring. So if we can help support with what God already gave us to thrive on, that's what I found PEMF has done, is it just helps support the body run optimally again.
Okay, and so you said we're putting some pulses, but through our body electromagnetically, but it's found
in the world. So like you hear the big buzzword nowadays, and some of the natural health is like grounding. Okay. So the world actually has electromagnetic field in it. So that is what runs all of life. Cells thrive off electromagnetic pulses. So they found actually that when they were going into space, they first started sending like astronauts to space, and they were like, why are they coming back with degenerated bones and like kind of just their ability to thrive stopped? Well, what they found was once you went into space, you were no longer in the electromagnetic field of Earth, and the body started to deplenish pretty fast. So, NASA and all the people that go into space actually have PEMF devices in there for the astronauts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And so that's how you got interested in all, but how did you become a certified practitioner?
So once I, kind of researched, I bought my machine, and they had a training course that I went through, and and then they had a certification through that. So yeah.
So you have had some training.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. And then I think once you start like learning how the body, that there's other things you can do, that's kind of led me down, I would think, a lifelong journey of learning. Yeah.
So what kinds of elements are best to be used for with PEMF?
So the elements that it helps with. So when you're working on a cellular level, I would say the sky's the limit. So some things that PEMF really specifically does is bone regeneration. It helps heal fractures and bone breaks. It helps with muscle soreness. It oxygenates the blood. It helps blood to flow better. So if we have like sticky blood because they're clotting, PEMF helps that blood flow better. So helps with inflammation, circulation. So it just helps overall the whole body run. So then, like when I put hoops on an animal or a person, that electromagnetic field, because it's a high intensity, is going 18 inches in. So we're hitting muscles, joints, ligaments, organs. So we're working on the whole body.
Okay. So you said did bone regeneration. So does that help with people who've had like osteoporosis and, the big holes in their bones?
Yes.
So it does help with that, not just the ones who've have a cracked bone
Yeah.
or something.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. So it helps rejuvenate the bone and the density of that. Yes.
That could benefit a lot of people.
For sure. Yes, ma'am.
And so can you tell us some kind of success stories or some good results that you have seen with
Yeah. So one of my biggest testimonies, well, it's kind of like everybody asks, how do you know what you know and what's your testimony? Well, being married to a cowboy, I would say in itself is its big testimony. They're always getting banged up, So my husband, he's broke his back 4 times.
Oh, wow.
So 2 of the times I was fortunate enough to have my machine. So we saw his last incident. Jake was supposed to be off of a horse for a year. And he broke his sacrum, his back, ribs, like multiple times, almost all of his ribs. And the doctor told him, you probably won't be back to full work in a year. 3 to 6 months, Jake was back to full recovery and riding again. So I would say Jake is one of my biggest testimonies just because, I get to see the results. He's super honest with me and what's happening. What does it feel like? So that's a blessing. And then with horses, we kind of laugh about because I do also, animal therapy with it too. So Jake always calls our place the last resort. So we've had a lot of horses come in with suspensory injuries where the vet's the chances aren't very high for a recovery. You can make them comfortable, especially if you're competing on them. So I've had horses that were said not to be able to compete again. One of the horses blew it so bad that the vet said he would never run again. And he's 10 now, and her daughter's running barrels on him and stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So yeah, I've had a lot of success stories with PEMF. Yeah.
So I'm sure this would be really an exciting thing for the rodeo
Yeah.
industry, considering they have a lot of injuries.
Yes, ma'am.
And so, and I think you mentioned something about pain, and it helps with pain.
Yes, ma'am. So it's very effective for pain management. Yes. So it goes in, and because it oxygenates the blood and the tissues so well that yes, a lot of my patients are finding that they aren't needing to use pain medicine. And it also decreases the inflammation there too.
Inflammation. And inflammation they talk about now as being causes for so many illnesses in our body.
Yeah.
As inflamed cells.
Well, that's what they're saying is inflammation's the root cause of all chronic disease. So yeah, so if we can go in and get that taken care of before it becomes an issue, that's where PEMF really shines.
So you could use it as a preventive before you even see a sign.
Yes, ma'am.
So there's no limit to, how often or.
No. And one of the great things about PEMF is that there is no side effects with it. It's just 100% benefit. The one thing, that people will kind of gripe maybe about is the detoxification process, which that in itself isn't a bad thing, but it can make a person, if you do a long enough session before you're, used to the PEMF, or it depends on how healthy a person is. So that's one of the things that it can kind of, because it detoxes so well, we can have headaches and, so that's why every person is very different on how I run the sessions, very individualized.
Okay. So you said that detoxification process. So do they have to come like several days in a row, or how does that whole process?
So really it really depends on what I'm dealing with the clients, and how healthy they are and how good they eat, their nutrition, like that all plays a very big role. So everybody's treatment is very individualized. So like somebody with a chronic disease or like say broken bone, I like to see them like 3 times a week and then just kind of see how their body holds that treatment, because everybody is also different in how they respond to it. So I will see them, 2 or 3 times a week, maybe for a month or 2, and then back off to a week. And then after we've had sessions like that, most of my clients stay on for monthly because they see the benefits of just keeping ahead of the pain, the inflammation.
So they, like maintain it like once a month.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then how long is a session?
Normally 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, and we do a whole body. So there's some PEMF practitioners that like to just work very seclusive. Me, I feel like, say you come in with a hurt knee, I'm not just going to work on your hurt knee because the body is all connected. So, a knee can have so much effect on backs, and so I do full body session.
Ooh, thinking of knees. What about people with artificial joints? Can you work on those as well?
Yes. So the only contradiction with PEMF is somebody who had a pacemaker. But with, say, a replacement or somebody who broke a bone that has a rod, that the PEMF is only going to strengthen the bone around where the rod or the joint replacement came, which is a problem in itself because a lot of times after they've done that, the bones sometimes deteriorate. So it only helps strengthen the bones around that.
Or plates? Because a lot of people have plates put on. So you could still do it even with that. Even though you go through the detectors at the airport and you get buzzed, we can still do this, right?
Yes.
Okay. And so how do... we don't really have this here. So can you tell us about how people would access PEMF from you?
For me, so I am traveling.
Okay.
So I don't have just a place that I am at. So I travel a lot all through New Mexico, Arizona. So that's normally how I am. I meet somebody somewhere or their house, or I'll have a place set up, and that's how I normally do my sessions.
So you travel to them. Okay.
Yeah.
And so then that would cost a little bit for mileage and all.
If I get enough clients, I don't charge mileage. Yeah.
Okay.
So if we have a group of people that,
in the same location?
In the same location that have some health issues or want maintenance, I just come and, normally depends on how far it is, but normally from like 5 to 10 is a good.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so then if somebody wanted to try PEMF, how would they get a hold of you to do that?
Just call me and we would schedule an appointment and a time.
And your phone number?
Is 928-713-6683.
Okay. So I try to think if there's anything else that you might want to make sure we, in the notes that were given to me, it talks about sleep.
Yes. So yes, I have had success in sleep. So my mother, she is, when we lived in Arizona, she has horrible issues on narcotics for sleep. And that doesn't even, so when she was doing normal PEMF sessions, I think we were doing once a week, she did notice a huge change in her sleep patterns.
And arthritis and things like that?
Oh, yes. Yes, for arthritis, because the root cause of arthritis is inflammation. So we have any of those, arthritis, carpal tunnel, any of those things, the root cause of that is inflammation. So yes, I see very, very big results with those.
And if somebody is taking medication, that would be okay of whatever their medication might be.
Yes.
I'm just thinking, if somebody came for you because of arthritis, but they had an arthritis medication.
Because it detoxes a cell so much. What I find is that it makes your medication more efficient because it's easier to penetrate the cell wall. Yeah.
So I'm trying to think, even diabetes now, they're relating to inflammation.
Yes. And so for diabetes, because one of the biggest things that I see with diabetes is the loss of circulation in the feet. So very, very helpful in that because it increases circulation so well.
Neuropathy and all those kinds of things. Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Anything else you want to make sure we touch on?
Well, I could touch on just a couple things maybe that we skipped over.
Okay.
So it helps with healthy circulation, and it helps natural muscle and tissue repair, and it reduces muscle soreness and stiffness and range of motion. So actually I was just talking to a lady who had a rotator cuff surgery, and she was asking how PEMF can help with that. And so my sister, she had that too, and I think it was a year out of her surgery, and her range of motion was just able to just lift her arm. So just in one 15-minute session, she was able to have full range of motion back. And so we pulsed her probably 3 months, and she's been fine ever since.
So what does a typical session cost?
So I run a 30-minute session for $50.
Okay, that's not bad. Because I was just thinking, I don't know what I did, but I reached behind me and now my arm's a little sore. But I know a lot of older women that same way that have shoulder and on arm, they pulled the muscle or whatever. And they might be willing to do something like that to get rid of that pain.
Yep. And that's what I always say, as the sooner with an injury or, muscle tear or soreness that you respond with PEMF, the faster the results are. So that's what everybody asks, well, how long is it going to take? And that's really depends. The more chronic and longer the issue, the longer it's going to take to resolve.
So the longer you've had it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then also I think nutrition plays a big role in it too. The more healthy you are, the faster your body responds to the PEMF.
And the more hydrated.
Yes, hydration's huge. Yeah.
Okay. So one more time, let's go ahead and give your phone number so people can get a hold of you to this camera.
Okay. It's 928-713-6683.
And they can call, and it's anytime and just set up an appointment. And
Yes, ma'am.
so cool. But currently you are coming to Tucumcari
So I've been coming to Tucumcari once a week. Yes.
to see quite a few people. So
Yeah.
that's pretty exciting to have another. We've been really having several really good natural healing presentations, I guess you would call it, of things that I have never heard of. So this has been very interesting. Thank you for coming. Yeah. Oh, and we do have a thank you gift for you.
Well, thank you very much.
I appreciate you spending a little time with us today. And be sure to come back next time as we will have another topic that will be important for your health. Thank you.
Special thanks to our guest, Amber Rogers, certified PEMF practitioner, and our host, Brenda Bishop, Quay County Health Council Coordinator.
Podcast crew, Director, Robert F. Hockaday. Producers, Robert F. Hockaday, Joyce Runyon. Camera Operator, Robert F. Hockaday. Second Assistant Operator, Joyce Runyon. Editor, Joyce Runyon. Music provided by David Morris. Funding for this podcast is provided by New Mexico Legislative Appropriation from Representative Jack Jackson. Brought to you by Quay County Health Council. Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram Quay County Health. If you have content ideas, reach out to us at healthiqpodcast@gmail.com.
This podcast was created solely for educational and entertainment purposes. It is not intended as a substitute for advice from a healthcare or mental health professional.